Oh, no, wrong screen. I can do this. All right. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Fiera Luna, and I play games on the internet. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Today, we're doing writing. We're not even playing a game. We're writing. We will play a few games, because that's what we do in the ad break. Just to make sure that I take a break proper. Now, you may have noticed that I have a folder. It's shared in the Twitch thing. It's shared so that you can all see it. It's not the Twitch thing, it's the Discord thing. You got one folder so far. If we get writing good and we finish with this, we can make another folder for another story. For now, everything's all in one place. I gave you guys a general writing tips thing. These are all things that helped me one way or another when I was writing. Let's see. There's general writing tips. There's tips for character and world development and stuff. Just general stuff that I have noticed about the way that people write these days and the things that they aren't doing or that I don't think that they're doing. One of the big things that I have noticed especially is, guys, characters are allowed to have flaws. Oh no, it's an ad break already. Okay, we play something. Slither.io. Why? Because it's the first thing I think of. Is it you? Are you DoorDashing yourself McDonald's? I should have grabbed McDonald's when I got home today. There's one right in front of the bus stop where I get off of the bus. But staff is like, no, you're not. We have food at home, and I'm like, but I want food here. It's McDonald's. And they're like, no, you have food at home, and I'm like, no. And followed by, and there are better places to get burgers anyway if that's what you want. And I went, no, I just want McDonald's. Followed by, no, you don't. You don't want McDonald's. I don't want McDonald's, apparently. Staff doesn't know nothing about it. Oh, no. Oh, I ran into a little Canadian one. That's okay. I do have a treat stream, so it's true that I can't DoorDash myself McDonald's. But you are all granted that power. No. I'll get it later, probably. In the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. I know, right? This is what we used to do at my old job, not the most recent one. This is what we used to do at my old job when we were doing, when there was nothing doing. We would play this or Cookie Clicker, and Cookie Clicker's boring, so I play this. There was another game that was like a knockoff Flash game Fortnite, and I don't know how to explain it. It was really funny, though. It literally was just knockoff Fortnite. Oh, that looked too tempting. You're free from ad jail! Yay! I will wait patiently for the robot to tell me that everyone is free from ad jail. And then, oh yeah. Big. I'm not very big, but I'm getting there. Getting chunky. Oh, so big. Yeah! I like this because I like being bigger than everyone else. It makes me happy. But as usual, there's always someone bigger than me because I am 4 centimeters tall. Alright, welcome back, everybody. We're gonna go back to writing now. I say as a person who's just like, well, just let me finish this round. Okay, I finished it. Anyway, I've given you guys a bunch of general tips. Some of the important ones, these are just general tips about writing, like, at all. These are more tips about character development, like I said. big one here is characters are allowed to have flaws. You can't have character development without that. A corollary to that, which I can't pronounce properly and always sounds like I'm digging for coal, um, but a rider to that rule is that characters are going to have flaws. You could make the most perfect character on Earth, they are going to be flawed to someone. That's just how it is. You don't have perfectly the same morals as everybody else. I know I don't have to tell my chat this, but in case the future is watching, hi, future archaeologists! I'm so sorry that everything is like this. And it's probably hard to decode in whatever file format you're using these days. Sorry. Do JPEGs give you guys headaches too? Ah, the future will never be able to answer. Unfortunate. Oh, and the other one, the other big one here is if you want to write good dialogue and you want to write good interaction between people, you have to talk to people. You have to really listen to what they say. Because if all you engage with is anime, all you'll put out is anime. Let's see. I might as well just go through the rest of them real quick. I've written out more explanation, but you guys know me. You've got to remember that people show different faces to different people. So you can't necessarily reduce a person down to good person, bad person. You've got to remember that people are going to show different faces to different folks. For instance, you don't act the same in school as you do with your friends, as you do with your parents. Those things are all true. And especially with adults, you don't act the same to your boss as you do to your subordinates, as you do to your parents, as you do to your children, as you do to the PTA meeting people, and so on. You gotta remember that. It's a really good and quick way to make a nuanced character is to, if you have like a villain or somebody who's meant to be an antagonist, think about the person they're nice to. Think about who they're good to. They are good to somebody. Somebody loves them and cares about them, or loved them and cared about them, depending. Think about that, and you'll see who thinks that person is a good person, or only sees the good side of them, and then you'll have a much more nuanced character. Likewise in the reverse. If you have someone who's supposed to be a very good person, think about the person who's annoyed by them. Think about the people in their lives who, like, they may never meet again. They probably don't know their names, but, like, the person they might have cut off in traffic by accident, or maybe they didn't even realize they were cutting in line. Like, think about that, and you'll get a much more nuanced character. Same deal with everyone wants something unrelated to the plot. It's true that, especially in fantasy stories, it's the easiest for fantasy stories. In fantasy stories, there's a magic thing. There's the One Ring. Actually, that's a really good example. In fantasy stories like Lord of the Rings, there's the One Ring. Everybody wants it for one reason or another. But you know what else the hobbits want? Second breakfast. You know what else they want? To have fun, to be joyful, to have a good time. They want to not be suffering in these horrible adventures that they're going through. Like, yeah, there's a mystical object of major importance. I love that. There's a mystical object of major importance, but, like, everybody wants something. And when you start thinking about that, you're going to get a character who feels like a human person. Or, well, like a well-rounded person. They don't have to be human necessarily. You guys know that. And that brings us to the last thing, which is ask questions. Like, when you start making a character and you're, like, going along being like, all right, this is a guy. I have a little guy. Why is he so little? Is he littler than everybody else? Is he bigger than anybody else? Is he about average? When you start asking those questions, you're gonna get details for your world that you might not have thought of. I gave you guys a for instance for this one, and a couple of them because I felt like I needed to give you a for instance. So, like, if you have a school teacher, you by proxy have schools and the principal of that school, or at least you have a school itself, and your teacher probably has colleagues and probably a mom and a dad and a family that, and so on and so forth. Once you start asking questions, you start filling in the details of the world. You can consider it like coloring in a coloring book, or you can consider it like I do, which is where more like an archaeological dig, where you like set out and you pick a spot and you're like, I'm gonna dig right here, and then you start sweeping away, like shoveling and sweeping away, and you get out your little archaeology tools and you start dusting stuff off, and you're like, that sure is a bone, and then you start dusting more stuff off to see what's connected to it. Or a super mysterious amazing artifact. Oh, I love that. That's good too. Anyway, the other ones are read a lot. If you've got a genre you especially like, read the heck out of it. You will pick stuff up. Don't be afraid to read genres you don't like. You'll still pick stuff up. Write the story you want to see. Don't write for me. Don't write for your art teacher or your ELA teacher. Write for you. If you don't like what you're writing, you won't write it. So write for you. You better be the one to like it. Don't worry about the illusory audience. Sometimes you're like, if I write this, people are going to think X. You don't know that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you think. The illusory audience isn't real. And they can't hurt you. Also, this one is a big one that I always forget, but you don't have to write in order. You got a big climactic scene you want to write? Write it out. It may not fit in the finished product, but write it out anyway. You'll have fun doing it, and it'll give you a really good idea of the characters you're working with. Also, I swear, if someone else says, write what you know, and stops there, they're wrong. They're not thinking critically. They're just repeating back the writing advice they think makes them sound smart. Write what you know doesn't mean only write from your own experiences. Write what you know means that if you don't know a thing, you need to look it up. So, like, for instance, I wrote a very long and somewhat complicated piece of fiction for a friend of mine, and also for me, that takes place in the 14th century. I don't know if you guys know this, but that was a long time ago. That was back during the plague. So I wrote a long piece of fiction that was back during the plague. Do you know how people slept in the plague? Do you know what they slept on? Like, you know, we go to bed. Back in my day. Or back in my day, biological warfare didn't exist, except you just threw the bodies of people affected by sicknesses over the wall and you hoped for the best. Oh, you catapulted them in there so good. That's all you did. You just threw a brick at people. Yeah, exactly. You throw rocks. But yeah, I do know now that the way that people managed was they generally would take straw or other similar soft things. And if they were wealthy, they would probably put like a fancy sheet over that. And if they weren't wealthy, they would probably put like a blanket of wool over it and sleep on that to help soften it. And usually what you did for a bed was you would put, like, if you were kind of in the regular, like, poor class, you would put, like, wooden stays. You just make a wooden box, you fill it with straw, and you put a wool blanket over it, and that's how you kept sleeping. That's how you did sleeping. You didn't have mattresses or anything. I had to learn that. And that's why you have to look these things up, because otherwise all we get, if we don't look it up, if we do look it up, that's how we avoid writing about being despondent English professors contemplating or engaging in affairs. And I will tell you right now, so many pieces of fiction are that thing I said, because despondent English professors contemplating or engaging in affairs took write what you know and said, yes, this is a hard and fast law. I will write exactly what I know. And that's what they wrote. Anyway, that's that. You guys have that. I didn't mean to go through so much of it. I didn't mean to go through it at all. I meant to initially just show it to you and be like, look! Okay, so back to the idea board. It's writing time. You guys remember the idea board? It's full of ideas. I got ideas while I was away, too. So this is where we all left off. Now, while I was away, I was just talking to somebody about, thanks for the lurk. I was just talking to somebody about how, animals like cats and stuff are pretty smart. And then I went, oh, you know, for a cat. And I got this response. Oh, I know what you mean. They're limited by their animal flesh. And I really feel like somebody needs to say that about humans in this. Especially this. They're limited by their animal flesh is just such a good quote. And then I went here and thought, you know what? I think comms units aren't seen because they don't have a full human form. I think they're portable, but they don't have a full human form. I think Burn can't be a comms unit because the comms unit is a box that sees through the ideas of other units. So I had this really vivid scene in my mind of Burn investigating Communications Central and finding Bunsen there. With okay, I'm here. Where are you? There! That's my little DJ booth where I do all my best work. And pointing Burn at a box and a server rack of other boxes just like it. It's super cold in the comms room. It's dark but for the lights. And this is how Burn is going to convince the team that something is up and something is wrong. With a, how can I be a repurposed comms unit when this is a comms unit? You know, when you hold up the little, like, portable hard drive and go, this is a comms unit. Is it? That could be anything. It's Bunsen here, reporting live and on location with the team. If you had any doubts, let me play the hot song, Daisy Daisy. This is a joke about HAL 9000. And the first computers. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. Can I be a comms unit? My box would be decorated with little bows and stuff. Amazing. Anyway, those are the ideas I got while I was out, and then I wrote them all down in here. Because it was important. Here we are with our clue codex, and now we get to do the fun part of this, which is sometimes it's fun and sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have to reread your writing to know where you are. Everyone's a comms unit deeps down. Yeah, probably. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the company that does this. I don't know what the name of the company is. I can't call them Wayland Yutani because, like, that's already a thing. That's the one from Alien. Ah! So excited to have said I've officially ordered myself food. Ooh, you did it for you. Let's see, where were we? Oh, yes. We only had 2 paragraphs. The alarms blared, forcing Burn through his wake cycle before he really felt charged. He was fully charged, of course. Dead to full only took an hour or so with his modern battery and contact charger. But he was still trying to shake the cobwebs from his processor, even after he left his charging station and was slipping on his business suit. He fussed with the boots until the tops were fastened tightly around his calves, and then cinched the waistband around his waist, following the same procedure for his gloves and fastening shut the coat. He slipped the tie around his neck and adjusted it to fit the receiver in his ear. Hello, world! We are bringing you all the hits of the most recent emergency alert, starting with an old favorite, Pan, 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 pan. Pulsar spotted near the wall. Bunsen had been programmed to keep the spirits of the team up, and in this case that meant he more often sounded like a radio DJ from Earth's ancient past. Amazing. Oh, the other thing that I didn't do that I do sometimes when I have a lot of characters to work with is sometimes I make a character doc separate from my keynotes doc, which I'm going to do now. Beep boop. We got Bunsen. Oh, actually, let's start with Burn. Okay. He's the main character. Of about average height. Maybe a little shorter. Red hair and blue eyes. I don't know why I've decided blue eyes is true, but it is. Nice! You're gonna get you some tasty food. He's the main character. Burn is slightly shorter than average. He has red hair and blue eyes. What else? What else? What is average in this case? That is a good question. He is a little shorter than the average unit. Do these units want to be bigger or smaller than human people, or about the same size? Because humans will design things to protect them that look like humans. We already established that. Val, are you just saying that because that's how many you are? They'd be shorter to make making them less expensive. But what if they need to be tall to see over stuff? Because, like, you can't send children out into battle. That runs the risk. If they're too short, they run the risk of looking too childish, and humans don't like that. They don't like sending children into battle. Even if those children are robots. I know... that's not exactly energy efficient. Especially... knees and legs that can grow would be cool, but isn't necessarily energy efficient on account of their suits are designed to tear away so they don't get caught. I suppose they don't necessarily have to look human, but in a case like this, I think they do. Especially because the scientist designing them, like a telescope, I would love telescoping legs. Unnamed scientist. Let's name our scientist, actually. Let's name our scienceman. Oh, my keyboard's on the wrong setting. Gosh darn it. Let's name our scienceman. Who is science? There's a whole team of scientists. Need my idea board. He was not the head of it. Ooh, Veronica. Veronica. Veronica, open the door, please. Veronica, open the door. Veronica, can we not fight anymore, please? Veronica. Still, Veronica's a good name. I'll take it. Salter. No. Slater's also not correct. I wanted Veronica Salt because I was thinking of Veruca Salt. Someone who absolutely tested a thing before it should have been touched. I know. To the thesaurus! Whenever I need to name someone and I can't come up with a name. To the thesaurus! Yeah! The internet knows what I want. Fast. Ooh, imperturbable. That's a good word. It means that you're very difficult. It means that you're unflappable. You're very difficult to perturb. It's hard to make you angry or upset. Just be asked. Who was in famine? I forgot. Bu, 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 bu. No, I don't want swiftly. Like, I don't... Why can I do that? I don't need to do that. Ooh, a pace. Okay, so here's the deal. When I can't name a character, sometimes what I'll do is plug in a bunch of words into the thesaurus until I get kind of the idea, and then I start making noise that sounds like that thing. But is also a name. Ooh, Fleet. Fleet's such a good start to a name. Just regular Fleet. No, as in going quick. Nope, going further away now. That's how I got Adam Langhorst, too. Yeah! Yeah, I get you. I kind of do that too. I got silver from the Wikipedia page for James Price, like the real person. Exactly! That's the kind of connections you get to make. And then later someone's like, is this a connection you made on purpose? And you're like, yes. And sometimes it's just for you. Ooh, Rush is also a good last name. But I'm not going to name somebody Veronica Rush. I could. Okay. Oh, I kind of love that. Now, Fleet's definitely... Is that a real last name? Yeah, but there's not a lot of them. I'm going with it. I like Fleet. Boop. Fleetman. Done. Always like to add something to it. Because you can't just call somebody... Yeah, if I were writing... So here's the thing. If I were writing something that I intended to aim at, like, young children... Like, if my intended audience was, like, the 8 to 10 crowd, then I would absolutely have just gone with Fleet. Because when you're aiming stuff at the 8 to 10 crowd, you want to make things very clear. That's where you can lose a lot of nuance as well. When you're writing children's writing, you should still have nuance. But when you're writing children's writing for younger children, you want to be extremely clear with what you're doing. Because it helps them feel clever that they figured it out. There's other reasons for it, but my favorite reason is because it helps them feel clever that they figured it out. That they looked and they went, oh, her name is Fleet. Yeah. They go, oh, her name is Fleet and she's doing things really fast. I bet the author named her that way on purpose. 'Cause I did. But when you're writing for some slightly older children who are worried about such things as, I don't want to be embarrassing. I don't want to like little kid things because that's embarrassing. I'm supposed to be more adult now. When you're writing for kids like that, you have to make it a little more complicated so that they get to feel a little bit like older and wiser and fancier. Like, oh, I figured it out anyway. That way they get to feel a little better than you, kinda. Okay, there was a whole team of scientists Burton was part of. He was not the head of the team. The head of the team was Dr. Veronica Fleetman. Dr. Fleetman Let's go great-granddaughter. Did I... Googly... I can't remember how granddaughter is spelled, but Googly seems to think that's a bad grammar. Googly's often wrong about grammar. Is it double D? Oh, alright. That looks wrong. I hate that. I'm leaving it. I hate that. I blame America. Rare case where I blame America. I feel like a lot of things are true here. Anyway, Dr. Fleetman is the great-granddaughter of the creator of the crystals. Dr. David Rush. Okay, we did it. I did it. Can I be excluded from this blaming of America? Oh, when I say I blame America, I don't mean I blame Americans. I blame America. That's different. That's like the difference between, like... That's the difference between a straight person and, straight people. There's a difference between those things. One of those things is a real human person, and the other of those things is a generalization about a vast group that isn't really real. Yeah, we're gonna go with it. I'm going with it. Beep boop. Sometimes when I'm writing, this just kind of happens where a bunch of people come into me fully formed, and I'm like, oh, hello. What are you doing in my brain? I got like 9 brains. Why are you here? And they're like, lol, Lamau, you're stuck with us now. And I go, oh, I don't want to name him David. Ow. His name is David. I'm mad. How dare. Doctor with the initials Doctor. I needed you all to know. You gotta poke him with a stick. You'll. It's true. Okay. A comms unit about the same size as a portable hard drive. Okay, good. Veronica. Open the door, please. Veronica, open the door. I'm gonna be doing that all day. Fleetman. I hate this. Okay, created the crystals. Okay. Great-granddaughter of Dr. David Rush, who created the crystals. She is trying to see if human brains android bodies. She's trying to see if human brains can function in android bodies. The idea is to approach the tech singularity, be immune to infection by the crystal. I blame Mr. John Dictionary for granddaughter. I actually blame Webster. Is his name Noah or Nathaniel? Is it Nathaniel Webster? Nope. Dictionary. Ah! I always forget. Noah Webster. That's the guy. I knew I'd get there. So anyway, Noah Webster, whose name I forget insistently. Noah Webster was writing. You have to remember that he was contemporary with the American Revolution. So the reason that in America y'all spell your words wrong, I mean, I mean, in your own way. The reason there's an American spelling of these things at all is because at the time, the guy writing the dictionary was like, you know what? We should make English unintelligible for our enemies who also speak English. We should make it obvious when someone is a loyalist because they'll still spell color and honor with U's. And they'll still double up their consonants when they end a verb in ing. And so on and so forth. They'll still spell it C-E-N-T-R-E instead of C-E-N-T-E-R. Stuff like that. And that's why Webster's Dictionary got the way it was. And that's why American spellings exist. So anyway, I always blame Noah Webster for things. I'm just like, I hate that spelling of that word. Noah Webster. That's the problem, probably. Okay. David Rush. Never appears in the story. Led to the creation of the crystals. The crystals! Boop, 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 boop. Thinks he's a reprogram comms unit. Oh, like this. Programmed is spelled that way. But that's not possible. Human brain. Robot body. A cyborg, if you will. Food obtained! Nice work! I love the joke naming person's last name the thing that they invented. Mr. Webster Dictionary. Michael Subaru. I love that. I love that a lot. I don't know who invented aquariums. If I did. Okay, that's all the characters we have so far. Gonna make him 5, 7, or 8 is the average for a human person. I think you gotta be 5, 6 then. He's just a little guy. Your Honor, he's just a little guy. How many is 5, 6? I said that out loud and then I was like, I don't actually know how tall that is. I'm sure y'all do. Oh, okay. That's easier. Chad, am I just a little guy? Yeah. According to Google, one gene Vilpro Power made a glass aquarium. Oh. That doesn't work quite as well. Mr. Power Aquarium. That doesn't work because it sounds like a real thing. Imagine a power aquarium. Like, imagine Mr. Power Aquarium. Like, it sounds like a Mr. Coffee. It's a Mr. Power. What is it? It's an aquarium. Neat, right? You turn it on here and it goes. Cool. Okay. Back to the actual writing from that detour. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Good morning, Bunsen. Also, you'll note that sometimes, all the time, I read the dialogue to myself so that I can hear it. Because one of the things that I find important for keeping good conversational pace is being able to understand how the dialogue sounds. It also helps me describe it later. Also, apparently, a leading researcher on cephalopods. Well, of course! Who wouldn't research cephalopods? I need to look this stranger up. I need to know who's responsible for my suffering. Who are you, stranger? Why did you hurt me? Oh, a lady. Okay, I'm less angry now. Instantly less angry. I am sorry for your suffering too, ma'am. Ooh. Okay. Sorry, it's a Mrs. Power. A Ms. Power. Who walks 400 kilometers? That's many, many far. Oh. Ooh, fancy. Wait, hold on. In the 1800s, she was out taking a split last name. Whoa. All right, let's go. Where was I on International Women's Day? Looking at this. A paper nautilus? Out of paper? Ma'am. Oh. Dang. Having to get a dude to do it for you. Hate that. Anyway, that little foray over there is a delight. I'm angry. Put her in the story somehow. You know, we've done that before. We've done that before. What's your name? I forgot it again. I forgot. Okay. Put her in the story somehow. Delightful. Let's try this again. Oh, one moment, chat. Aquarium staff has a thing for me. I'll be back! Okay, I have things. It is chocolates. There's double dark chocolate, cheesecake, and salted caramel. I am instantly gonna eat a cheesecake chocolate because I love them. Give me the dark chocolate. You can't have it, it's mine. I will, destroy everything for that. Cheesecake! Oh, there's bits of stuff in it. Is it a flavored cheesecake? It just says cheesecake. It might be it might be a flavor of cheesecake. Oh, it might be graham crackers, actually. That makes sense. Chocolate! 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 Mm. Ooh. nuggets for a dark chocolate. I would do that. Alas, you are a little far. Mm. Mm. There's a cream cheese flavored center in the cheesecake one. I am not surprised. But I was a little. I would send you some, but tariffs. That's why it's 2 nuggets for a dark chocolate instead of 1 nugget. Okay. Sometimes you can't focus on your writing, so you just have to bounce around between different parts of it. And that's okay, too. Good morning, Bunsen. Okay, we hydrate as chat demands. And a big stretch. Big stretch. We have to name you something, too. We're not naming you Burner. Let's do twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're not naming you Pyra either. Ridiculous. To the thesaurus again. Pyro. Oh, I guess we'll go with Pyre. Nope, I want the fire. The fire part. Ooh, Cairn's good, but that's not what we're looking for. Then give me Pyrope. You don't have a thesaurus, Steph? You can't give me, like, Ruby or something? Oh, in case you guys are wondering the answer to this question, it's spiders. We might as well keep the thesaurus tab open. It's true, I might as well. Jean! No, we need a fire name. Everybody on the fire squads has like a fire related name, I've decided. Well, let's just plug in fire and see what we get. To burn. Thank you. Ooh, sure. Scorch isn't a name. Oh, it's just down the page. That's how it works. Okay. We've already used burn. Oh, there was something. Is that AI? That better not be AI. There was definitely something. Char's a good name, but not for you. We're gonna give Char to the other one. I don't need my keynotes for now. Char. The repair unit. Blaze. Ooh, Blaze is good. I will say that these names are both first and last names. The robots don't have Blaze is a good name, especially for the leader of their little group. Yeah! And we need one more who's a scout. What's a quick little... The flamme lunettes. What's a quick little... Sparks! I did it. I figured it out. Sparks. A scout unit. Brand. Brand is also so good. I like Sparks because they're quick. And they'll catch ya. Okay, we have everybody named. Okay. Good morning, Bunsen. Right. Whatever she had been doing. Wait, we call the team a brand. Yeah. They're downsizers. But we call the team a brand. I like that. I like that. It ties in. It ties in with the. It ties in. There's a double meaning here. Hang on, chat. I got all excited. Okay. Comms unit. Contrarian. A repair unit. And a scout. Okay, so remember how we were making like little subtle, not subtle digs at corporations because we call this downsizers because they fire people, right? Remember how we were doing that? So downsizers work in a smaller group called a brand. Brand, on the one hand, is a thing that you heat up to mark somebody or something. But brand, on the other hand, is a recognizable logo and, like, group of things that make up, like, an image for a particular thing. Yeah! Yeah, you get me? We got it! We did it! We did a funny thing! I love doing little details like this. This is one of my favorite things to do, and the story just kind of spirals out of control around them. So I did something smart for once? For once? Excuse me, chat? For once? Listen. Confidence. Someday I'm going to teach you confidence and self-worth. All of it. Lie detected! Yes! You have, listen, I highly doubt that. Well, I'm trying. And if I keep drilling it into all of you that you're allowed to take up space and be confident and be proud of yourselves, then maybe it'll stick someday. I believe in all of you. Together, we can all do a better job at being alive and stuff. I live in an aquarium. And I manage. Okay, back to where we were. Da, da, da. Frustrated. There we go. No, actually, I want this. There we go. Perfect. I want to do some pixel art, but I'm not sure what. Open it up, pick a random size for the canvas, and start scribbling. Eventually, you'll get something out of it. That's what I do when I'm writing. This opening bit is the way that I like to open adventure novels and adventure stories. When I'm opening adventure stories and getting the gang together to do something, I like to open just at the beginning of some like light action. And I like to give us all an idea of who these people are with short paragraphs. Especially if I know that I have a 5-man band, which we do. So we've got our main character, we've got our comms unit, we've got our leader. You don't have to do things this way. This is for adventure stories. If I were writing a romance, I would write this very, very differently. If I were writing this as a romance, I would still have these opening paragraphs the same, but instead of this, instead of writing the other 3 paragraphs, I would pick whoever it is that our main character is into, give them a paragraph, and then give the others checked in. Kind of thing. To indicate that the character's not paying attention. I really like using the prose to support the character's behavior. Like the form of the prose to support the character's behavior. For instance, in a different story that I'm writing, you guys have heard me talk about Mark and Callahan quite a lot. Callahan can't cook at all. He doesn't know how. He doesn't like doing it. He doesn't want anything to do with it for various reasons. Mark, on the other hand, absolutely loves cooking. Like, cooking is how he shows he cares about you. He's really good at it. He has a lot of positive memories associated with it. Just like, if he's decided that you're friends, you are going to be fed the minute you get into his house, or rather the place he's living. It's complicated, but the minute you find your way into the place he's living, you are going to be fed, and he is going to make all of it from scratch because there's something in the process of that. So, when I wrote a scene where they're having dinner and Mark is cooking, from Mark's perspective, there's a lot of, from Mark's perspective, you could legitimately follow it like a recipe. Like, he stops to describe everything. Like, his whole narration, and it's third person singular, but his whole narration is focused on, like, the food and what he needs to do and what goes where and, like, the juiciness and redness of the tomatoes and the way that the olives are pitted and the way that Callahan chops things slowly but really methodically and very evenly, which is good because you want even things. Whereas in Callahan's case, who does not like to cook at all, this thing that took me like 3 or 4 pages to write for Mark took me approximately 2 to 3 paragraphs for Callahan, which was just effectively, cooking is a lot harder than I thought it was. Where he's just like, wow. Mark said this was easy, but this is surprisingly difficult. Yeah, this isn't for me. I don't mind helping him out, but this is not the thing for me. I'm a surgeon, not a chef. Because he doesn't know anything about cooking. So he's just like, wow, it kind of smells good though, I guess. Surprised a sauce came out of whole tomatoes somehow. That's wizardry I don't understand. And it goes like this. Can I help Mark cook? Yes, absolutely. Not only can you assist, not only would he be thrilled to have assistance, he's also the kind of person who will show you how and give you something to do that he thinks that you can do. So like Callahan, he's just like, you're a surgeon, you cut things really well and carefully. Well, here's things to cut really well and carefully. Off you go. Cut them looking like this. Oh, it's an ad break time. So sometimes when you're writing, you get distracted really easily. Sorry about ad jail. Snake. Wait. Slither.io. It's been 10,000 years. 10,000 years. I will tell you right now, if he woke up and found a stranger at his door who was like, "Hey, can I help you cook?" He'd immediately think that they had like lost it just a little bit, but he'd also still take them in because that's the kind of person he is, and that's the kind of future that is. Can you like? Oh, you can. I feel like that's cheating. But at the same time, if the cheating works. Yarg! It doesn't. Oh, so big. Oh dear. Oh, so big. Ah! It's the snake eating itself. Oh, I think we know a song about this. I think we just dealt with that yesterday. No, wait, the day before. Whoa, chunky lad. Oh, I don't even know where the other end of him is. Kinda want to find it. Oh, there it is. Such a big, large lad. Do 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 do. I'm not getting that. We did find it. It was a large lad indeed. Got him. I don't know why I chased those things. I know better than that. Oh, I found the edge of the world. It used to not be the edge of the world, but now it is. Alone at the edge of the universe, humming a tune, or merely dreaming we were snow. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. I escaped. That was a miracle. I look like a worm. Oh, welcome back, everybody. You look like a worm. Wormy boy. Anyway, this is what I do when I need to take a break from writing. And I know we haven't done actually much writing. We did so much more earlier. Aw, you thought you'd be clever, stranger. I'm so sorry. But things are different tonight. Oh no! I'm sorry about your headphones. Only my one headphone does that usually. The other one normally is like, I do whatever I want. I've gotten big enough that I can just kind of like... We're playing chicken. Oh no. When did I... Oh yeah, right. I should be getting back to writing. We're all back. Get out of here, Slither. Okay. Good morning, Bunsen. Hi, Bunsen! I got this. But he knew she was waving. Oh yeah, Sparks is a girl. I've decided it. I'm putting a lot of girls on this team. Diversity win. The robot scout is a girl. Yes, she's small and fast. It's not the diversity win we think it is, but here we are. Yes, as many grills as I can. Yes, exactly. We've got grills and BBQs. Oh yes, I need my clue codex, actually. So, the thing about the clue codex is that sometimes it's not necessarily clues to the mysteries. I'm just eating all those robot women up. Spit them out. Nuh-uh. So sometimes, and the reason that I have a keynotes page as well is that sometimes I normally put everything in my clue codex when I'm writing a mystery, which we are. But sometimes things like this, if there wasn't a mystery, would go in my keynotes. Like this would be like, oh yeah, Sparks is waving so that Sparks knows that Bunsen can see through her eyes and the others, so she waves where Bunsen can see. So she's just like waving in front of herself. Oh, eepy time. Aww. Well, we listen to our bodies when they're like, oh, I'm eepy. I only sleep like an hour a night, but I still listen. I'm an octopus, so I can get away with that. Don't do what I do, chat, as an octopus. I'm calling it Velcro. Patch! Yes, patch tomorrow! I forgot to tell all of you, but patch tomorrow. Guild Wars 2. We're going to Bavanisos, and I'm going to Bavanisos tomorrow, and no one can stop me. I'm going to visit the city. You're all coming with me. As a vaguely feline creature, I need lots and lots of sleep. I hear lions need like 22 hours of sleep. That's a lot of sleep. Did the lions want to by osmosis trade with me? I'm gonna have 2 weekly chests worth of WizBucks to spend on new things. Yay! I've got something like 1750 right now because it carries over. Yeah. Okay, let's get more personality. Oh, the repair. Good morning, Bunsen. Let's see. Hi, Bunsen! What's our repair robot? What's our repair robot's voice like, chat? 1720 with the full weekly already done. Yeah, let's go. No, I'm making the captain of the squad tired and kind of done. And also kind of a don't rock the boat girly. So I'm trying to think what I want for our tank. No, cold's too much. I do want this to be a fun story. Like despite the suffering that's going to go on, despite the horrors, I do sorry pilled apology maxer. No. How would I Good morning, Bunsen. Oh, ooh, I know. I think I know. Pan, 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 pan. Pulsar started near the wall. Spotted near the wall. Good morning. Hi. I need you to be someone who plays into this silliness. Okay. Okay, I think I know where we're at. Okay. Hey, Bunsen, I got a request. Fair, can I design Blaze? I wish to draw her. I'm a terrible pilled annoying maxer. That's not true. None of you are. If you guys were annoying maxers, I'd be annoyed. How robot do we want Blaze to be? I haven't decided how robot the robots are. They're definitely more human than robot, but like how robot are they? I feel like what I want is I want them to be human shaped. I want them to be human shaped and human coded. But I also don't want them to be quite human. Because, like, I want to build them out of plastic and... Do you want a vanilla flavored robot or a mint chocolate robot? Actually, that is an Because a lot of the times when you get human shaped robots, what you get is pure white plastic, right? What you get is pure white plastic. For robots like these... We do kind of want a uniform appearance so that we can know if something's gone wrong. So that we can see the crystal. Because I think the crystal might glow itself. A little bit. Nah, that's probably too much. Exit point. What am I going to call this exit point? Office. What if most of them like use different pre-made body types and their bodies come in, but like they've augmented them somewhat. I do think that they are augmented somewhat and they are absolutely like plug and play. So like the reason that our repair robot can do what they do is because like they can just pop off parts or pop parts out from a storage container. And also that's why they're a tank. They're chonky. Plug and play. Exactly. You are live and on the air. Hmm. Okay. Okay, there we go. I like this. I like where we're going. I need my clue codex again. Also, Chad, I need a song. What are you doing? I'm watching hit streamer Fear Luna at Twitch TV /Fear Luna. Amazing. Yay. Good. No, I need, a good song never dies is good, but I need a song. Vengeance is also good. I know. I can't mention the actual song, but I need a song so that I know what I'm describing. There we go. Boring. And sad. Okay. uh... Okay. Perfect. Okay, so here we go. This conversation is going to be great. Hello, world! We are bringing you all the hits of the most recent emergency alert, starting with an old favorite. Pan, 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 pulsar spotted near the wall. Good morning, Bunsen. Hi, Bunsen! Hey, Bunsen, I've got a request. Go ahead, caller, you are alive and on the air. Can you play something upbeat this time? The playlist from last time was, boring and sad. How many people was that lady gonna break up with? Perfect. We did it. Fier, what song was it? I want to know. The last playlist was absolutely like Taylor Swift and Adele and like stuff like that. That's the joke. Hopefully people will get it. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll fill in somebody else. I don't like to name specific songs, even if I'm thinking of a specific one. And the reason for that is because... Oh, welcome in! Only hydrate as chat demands. Hi, Cloud Kenny. So the reason that I don't like to name specific songs is because eventually people are going to be reading this and not know the song. For instance, y'all know the song Daisy Daisy. Oh yeah, and putting specific songs imply that real people exist. And this is an alternate future, but we don't know if it's the same past, you know? And it probably isn't. And it doesn't really matter to the future anyway. So like you guys probably all know the song Daisy Daisy because you've heard it before because it's in like it's royalty free, so it's in a bunch of things. You all also probably know like um you all also probably know the stuff Put on Your Sunday Clothes. Because it's the opening for Wally. Welcome in, Sir B. Um those weren't originally where those songs were, but yeah, but you all know them. The thing is that there's a lot of other songs that you're not probably going to know immediately. Like, most of you probably don't know the words to Strange Fruit. You might know of it, but you probably don't know the words or what it sounded like. That is an old Billie Holiday song, and I highly recommend looking it up because it's a good song. Sad and depressing and content warning, I suppose, but I love it anyway. Um, I will hold off on sending me robot designs. I need to think really hard about what they look like first, and I don't. I need to think real hard about what they look like. The story will fill in what they look like for me. That's the way that I write these things. If I don't know, the story will fill it in eventually, cause it'll come up. No, you're allowed to get overexcited. You're allowed to design robots. You're allowed to have all of the fun. But like, the story will design this for me. Don't worry. Yes, you are. Don't you argue with me. I'm right. Why are you booing me? I'm right. Alright, moving on. Let's see. How many people was that lady gonna break up with? None of them were real people. None of them are real people. It's just a song. It's meant to make people who did break up feel better. uh... Okay. And hi, oh yeah, okay. There we go. Perfect! I'm the mod. It's my job to argue with her. I'm the Lancer in this dynamic, of course. Don't you argue with her. She's the streamer. It's true. I am the streamer. I forgot, but there's a funny little picture next to my name when I type in chat, so you know that it's me and I'm live. Okay. Let's see. You heard it here first, folks. Wow, wrong here. Songs are out! And upbeat songs of the summer are in. She's alive! It's true! Listen, you're often the healer. Healer is allowed to be the Lancer. Because otherwise you don't get heals. We don't like that. You are providing much needed, being a catoid, which is important. Wait for me, you fool! I can't heal you if you're already dead! It's true! Gotta have a catoid. Hello? I definitely wrote breakup. Googly, what are you doing? I thought I told you not to automatically correct anything. 'Cause you're wrong 90% of the time. Most scientists suggest minor exposure to a single catoid. No! They're wrong! Many scientists suggest that I'm not allowed to sing the song of my people, either. What do you mean it's a little more than a suggestion? No, I don't like that. Okay, have fun. Scientists are trying to figure out how they can make me not sing the song of my people. The answer is feeding me and making sure that I have lots of enrichment. They do most of those things. They even gave me chocolates earlier. I still have them in front of me. I'm not going to eat them all at once. I will die if I did that. I want to eat them all at once, but I would die if I did that. They're as big as me. Well, not quite, actually. Maybe they are. One sec, I need to look. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Measuring. They're almost as big as me. They're probably as big as my main brain. Yeah, you've been here for like ages and you're fine. 20 months. Robot, probably. Maybe you are a robot. Who knows? Oh yeah, back where we were. You heard it here first, folks. Breakup songs are out and upbeat songs of the summer are in. Buttons and clicked a few buttons. Oh, I need to put a clue codex. That's page 1, right? Yep, that's page 1. The clicking sound is artificial. Huggy! Have a campfire. Darn, torch? Ooh. Not allowed any fire in here. Staff won't let me have any because they're sad. Cowards. You should give me fire and also a crown. What do you mean you are not giving me a crown? I want it. Yeah, I know. No, but it could be happening. What do you mean it's not happening? But I want it. If you give me a crown, what will I do? Have a crown? They don't believe me. They don't believe my sincerity. Ooh, and then we can make s'mores. It's true. Fire's good for you. Heck, fire even. Yes. Yeah, staff, can we have fires? Because we want s'mores. I would like a s'more. Yeah, okay, listen. Last time I made a full-size s'more and it was fine. I did not get trapped in the marshmallow. I wasn't trapped in the marshmallow. I made a miscalculation. And I was fine. and not trapped in the marshmallow. I was eating my way out of it. Staff says they distinctly recall me crying with a mouth full of marshmallow. And when they pulled me out, what? Apparently I said what? Apparently when they pulled me out, I said morosely, fluffy bunny. I don't believe them. It was a tactical marshmallow attack. Exactly! Exactly. Okay, where was I? Ah. Heavy drums. I know what I want to put. Ah, darn it. Hee. Oh, wait. Yeah, I do have to do that. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. Eep, beep, 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 but we're doing it. We need the word perturbed. Because she is not unperturbable. Okay. Ooh. Sounds like Fier Luna is running low on stamina. Maybe some hot cocoa to help. I need caffeinated beverage to help. Perhaps. I have chocolates. Perhaps on the next ad break, I will go and achieve caffeinated beverage. Staff, I want to achieve caffeinated beverage. What do you mean I have to go get it myself? I know I just said I would. Staff is so mean to me. How rude. Oh well, I'll do it myself. That's okay. Let's see, where were we? Oh yeah. You have to go get it yourself. Well, you have a little go-kart to use. I do have a little Mario Kart. It is Mario Day also, chat. It's MAR10. That makes it Mario Day. I don't know if he's still playing it, but last I checked, the Great and Terrible Necromage was playing a totally normal Mario game. Completely normal. Definitely 100% normal. Or maybe it was Ghosts and Goblins. Well, you'll see. I liked it. Mushroom Fusion. I don't play a lot of mods for Mario games, but I think they're neat. I also think Kaizo Marios are neat, but they scare me and I am frightened by them. Because I think maybe I do not trust myself enough to make, like, scary jumps like that. But maybe we will play Celeste someday and I will trust me. Okay. No, no. Rhythm is such an annoying word. Come on. Steps. Oh, we can just do that. To the rhythm. I need a word for unrhythmically. Yo. Rhythmic. You don't have the... You don't have the... Boo! Ah. Fine. Did y'all know there's a skin for Celeste and Forsaken? Have you played Cat Mario? Ooh, I do like Cat Mario. I've played 1 or 2 of the Marios that have cat. 3D World, I believe, is the one that we're thinking of. I like that. I like putting a character skin on somebody like that, using Celeste, using Madeline on a character who can revive, and then reviving them into Battlein. Nope, Cat Mario is a Troll Mario. Oh, one of those. I think I would. You'll have to show it to me. I've been told that breaking into an aquarium to give a small octo a crown is unlawful and illegal. That's true. And dangerous to the public safety and well-being of the public. Heck 'em, though. I want to sing the song of my people. Then you can all live with me in the ocean. The ocean is like regular water, but way too big. Oh no, it'll be me doing the harming once I get a crown. I wouldn't actually hurt anybody. I just want the ocean. Uniform doors. Ah, there we go. We've got a very sterile looking inside. He bolted down the hall past uniform doors and blue-lined white walls. Until finally they gave way to the... Steel. We're not using iron. Adamantine. No, that's not a real thing. I mean, it is a real thing, sort of. Mithril. No, I'm not using mithril. We won't make it up. Steel it is. There! Okay, chat. Mithril, Miner's Haven reference. Good night! Good night, Catoid. Get some rest. They're making a Doctor Who skin for 2-Time as well, specifically the 10th Doctor. That's funny, because the 10th Doctor was David Tennant, and the Doctor's been David Tennant again. Funniest thing about that was him feeling around in his mouth. I recognize these teeth. And I love that. I wish they'd make him Christopher Eccleston again, but Eccleston's never probably going to work with those guys again because, like, he had to fight so hard to get what he wanted for that, and, like, good that he did get what he wanted. Alright, where were we? Oh, yes, we were having a talk about music. Boring! Oh, yeah. Okay, okay. I know where we're starting. So that I can read through. Hey, Bunsen, I got a request. Bern could hear Char's heavy boots pounding metal on her way to the office. Go ahead, caller. You are live and on the air. The comms booth was quiet, but Bern had always assumed they were soundproofed. He didn't remember what it had been like to be a comms unit, so he wouldn't know one way or another unless the old data hadn't been fully scrubbed. Can you play something upbeat this time? The playlist from last time was, Char trailed off, not wanting to upset Bunsen, no doubt. Boring! Sparks filled in. And sad! How many people was that lady gonna break up with? None of them were real people, it's just a song. It's meant to make people who did break up feel better. Bern double-checked to make sure his business suit was in order. And Char's right, Bunsen. Give us something upbeat. Well, you heard it here first, folks! Breakup songs are out, and upbeat songs of the summer are in! Bunsen clicked a few buttons in the booth, and heavy drums and wailing guitars sounded. That's not better, Blaze grumbled. I don't know. I like it. Bern grinned at the perturbed look he imagined on Blaze's face. Bern would have matched his steps to the rhythm if he hadn't needed to get to the office as quickly as he did. He bolted down the hall past uniformed doors and blue-lined white walls until they finally gave way to the heavy steel bulkhead door that protected the facility from any work that might make it into the office itself. The link to Cat Mario? That depends on what it is. It's like a Kaizo, right? Or like a level thing? I don't know where that would go. I didn't put maybe media. I didn't put a place for it. Okay, so we've got a pretty good start here, actually, chat. I need to go get my clue codex. Need to go get my clue codex once again. Also on page 1. Real. And Bern was never a comms unit. Or is that page 2? Oh no, that is page 1. Where's my clue codex? You'll also see that sometimes the same... Yeah, it's a Kaizo game with hidden blocks and stuff. Ooh, we love a Kaizo game. I'm sorry. Listen, I like listening to you. You're having fun, and you need somebody to listen to you. Everybody needs somebody to listen to them. Yay! Let me go double check a thing. Bloop. Bloop. Bloop doo. Fun! Bop. Okay, I do like that Celeste skin. That's pretty good. It's a good Madeline. A good Madeline, even. Okay. We'll try it someday. Someday. Okay. Back to doing the thing where I'm writing. Bunsen his box, and there is no booth. That's not better. Okay, now we're at the part where we have to describe the robots. As usual, Burn was the last one there. He never seemed to be quite as fast. Suits. Running. As fast as everyone else getting into their suits or running to the door or processing in general. But he chalked that up. There we go. Okay. Oh, right. Overwritten is one word. You guys are watching me do some wild stuff. Okay, that hadn't been overwritten. There we go. What? Oh, about Forsaken? I'm sorry I don't like it. I'm sorry I don't care for Roblox very well. I tried really hard. I'm glad you guys are all having fun with it, though. Like, if nothing else, at least y'all are having lots of fun. Oh yeah, I need my clue codex again. Listen, I know it seems like overkill to have a clue codex like this, but trust me, when you're Control F and looking for something and you're not, like, sure where you put it or what it was or what it means, it's good to have a clue codex around. I may be in the middle of a round, but I heard Forsaken. Anyway, bye-bye. No, I could. I enjoy your hyperfixations. Sometimes they even match, like, the thing that I'm into, but I enjoy your hyperfixations. I like listening to you yap about them, because you're always so excited and having so much fun about it. And admittedly, sometimes you're like, why am I trapped in this? Why is this my entire universe? No, it's not annoying. If it was annoying, I'd tell you. You guys know this. If you're ever doing something that I find annoying, I will tell you so. I am not I don't mess around and be like, oh, I shouldn't say the I will say so if the thing is annoying me. Aquarium staff knows this too, don't they? They're not even listening to me. I tried to be cool and give them a way to say a thing, but then they aren't even listening to me. Anyway, we hydrate as chat demands. Beep boop. And a big stretch. Oh. Big stretch. And we'll do some arm circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Poyo. Poyo, poyo. Okay, where's my clue codex? Page 2. There we go. Burn does have extra data in that he has a human brain. Doesn't process things in the same way, and parts of his memories are partitioned off so as not to affect the experiment. That's why he's grumpy. As usual, Burn was the last one to make it to the door. He never seemed to be quite as fast as everyone else getting into their suits, or running to the door, or doing anything that needed processing. But he chalked that up to being reprogrammed into a different kind of unit. There was probably all kinds of junk data that hadn't been overwritten yet. Once that was done, he was sure his processing speed would pick right up and match the others. I mean office when I said door. It won't. He's a yeoman. He's one of those yeomans. Delicious yeomans. I mean, you didn't hear nothing about nothing. I will say they're not as delicious as takoyaki, my favorite food. We should all have more takoyaki in our lives. I want more takoyaki in my life. I need to find a place in the city that does it, though, so I can add it to Treat Street. Okay. Oh yeah, my birthday is soon. And birthday time soon. I may or may not have stayed up till like midnight last night yapping to my crush about Forsaken. Oh. I see. Up late, were we? Well. Gonna be more writing today. I have to describe the robots. Okay, chat, this is where the fact that I am multidisciplinary comes in. Oh. Oh, they're huge. Get out of here. I have an account on Pixel Art. Everything on it is huge. Now, that said, though I have an account on Pixel Art, beep, and I do art things on it, this is only when I am at work or otherwise unable to access my usual art tools, because I also have a sprite. These look really weird when they're huge like this and square also. Okay. But we're going to use this because I have it set up. Hi, Cuddlebug! Welcome in! We're doing writing tonight. We're writing something called The Lucent Flesh. Chat is filled with ideas. They have so many ideas. We started from robots versus cyborgs, and then we spiraled out of control. out of control. And now we're here, writing a mystery. We're about a page and a little bit in. We even have a clue codex to remind me of the clues I've been dropping. And the hints I've been giving. The burn is in fact a cyborg and not a robot like the rest of them. This is going to be so good, you guys. There's a doctor who's like, what if I put us all in cyborg bodies? That'll make us immune to monsters, or slightly more immune to monsters than we are. Amazing. Perfect. You can add whatever you want. I'll figure out if it belongs. So what we've got right here is we've got a little team of robots. They're called they're a brand of robots. They're called downsizers. Fear's very good at writing. No, chat's allowed to make suggestions. That's what the idea board's for. The idea board has all sorts of things. I want a fae with purple hair named Nyx, please. Ooh, hang on, I got an idea. I think I got an idea. I got an idea. Okay, we're naming the company now. We're naming the company. We can't name it Nyx, that's a real company. We'll name it Nyx. Also a real company, but we'll name it. Wait, is it Nyx or Nyx? Oh, come on. Really? Oh. There's a Canadian one? I can get stuff delivered here now? Amazing. It's not for me, it's for cool staff. We can't call it Nyx. We gotta name the company. Something. Freya-sing. I love it. Calling it Aurora because it's got space name in it. The point of this company is that they were going to space, so they designed a food that was like super portable. They designed a food that was super portable and really nutritious for the size, so that they could put more fuel in the rockets they were using to launch rockets up into space, and they didn't have to worry as much about food storage, because that's how spaceships work. Like, they have a lot of weight considerations. And originally what the company was doing was they were sending a spaceship up, and then once it was in orbit, they would send a ship to dock with it and deliver all of its food and stuff to it once it was up there, and then a secondary fuel source would boost the ship off into wherever the heck it was going once it was in effectively 0G. Not 0G, but even like smaller. And that was working fine, but then they were like, what if we didn't have to do that middle step? What if we could cut out that middle step? That would be amazing. So they were like, let's make a delicious foodstuffs. And that delicious foodstuff is called Lucent. I've decided just now, at this very second. Oh, and the company's name is Aurora! Oh, I love where this is going, because you know what an aurora is, right? We all know what an aurora is. It's a light thing. Their logo. Like that thing I said. Oh, we're getting somewhere. That is good for a different story. Oh no, it is a 3-minute ad break. You guys know what that means? We take a second. Slither time. I know. Don't worry. Oh no. Where did my chat go? Yeah! Ads are normal. We don't do important things during ad time. We play Slither. We play Slither.io. Or something. Something that's easy to pick up and put down. Face up. Face down. Oh no, I'm trapped. Attack or defend. Face up. Face down. This battle's to the end. Oh no, no, I'm trapped. Please let me out. Please let me out. I'm too small. Someday I will do that to people. Please excuse me, I am busy. Someday I will do that to people. But not this day. Well, they were tailgating me. Oh no. Yeah. Those are for me. Oh. Oh, I see. That one's a bot. Okay. There are bots. I've just realized that it's going to be a lot harder, that I'm going to need my Keynote stock so that I can explain stuff to people. Because it's going to be a lot harder if I don't have it. Oh boy. This is a dangerous position to be in. Very dangerous indeed. Oh no. Let's be friends, okay? Can stick near me, Tiny. I don't like that that happened. I was scared. I was unbelievably scared. Am I bigger? Am I chonky? Welcome back, everybody. We're playing Slither, and apparently I've become huge. That first round was a fake. Sorry, friend. I know. I feel bad. I don't actually feel bad. Uh-oh. Oh no! I'm trapped! Well, the ad break's done anyway, so it's fine. There you go, friend. Okay, welcome back, everybody. While you're in space, ship finds a lone ship with emergency beacon and bring it on board. And bam, meet next. Like I said, very different story. That's closer to 40K, actually. The story we tell in the story that we've got here is that we're slowly adding to. Oh, in purple hair, with purple hair. There we go. The story that we've got going here is it's called the Lucent Flesh. So Lucent was invented. The crystal is called Lucent. That is the brand name. Okay. So, the story we've got here is that once upon a time, Dr. David Rush, where are ya? Dr. David Rush creates Lucent for Aurora. I'll have to get a timeline going. And then it is not properly long-term tested. They know that it's delicious, it's nutritious, it tastes just like whatever you want it to taste like because it's so tasty, tastier than any other food, and it's real good. They did a good job making Lucent. The problem is that once it gets into a person, they want to eat more of it. And they want to get other people to eat it too because it's delicious. Like, you should try it. And unfortunately, it has some interesting effects on humans. So humans munched away at it, and they got all weird, and their biomass ended up kind of glorping together, and it also glorped into their machines. And now we have a bunch of glorpy cyborgs called pulsars, and there's a different thing that we called the other one. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, the crystal is going to be named Lucent. I was originally going to name the disease Lucent, but I think naming the crystal Lucent is funnier and better. Okay, so the company's name is Aurora. All right, we've got this. We've got this. Where was I? I'm really good at coming up with names and ideas and things like that, but sometimes I'm not very good at getting them down in a way that matters. And that can happen sometimes. If you're afflicted with world builder's disease like I am, you build an entire world and then you're like, oh yeah, I was writing something about that, wasn't I? Let's reread a little bit. Good to see you finally got here, Slowpoke. Ooh, heaved is such a good word. Good to see you finally got here, Slowpoke. Blaze tapped her palm on the panel by the door. It heaved itself open and let them enter into the office. Now we get to describe the office. I don't have to describe robots at all. I will describe robots. In fact, I will write a note to myself. Maybe tell us what the others look like. Okay. Now we do some descriptions. Now, descriptions are a lot of fun when I'm writing them, because what I have to do when I'm writing a description is think very carefully about what the thing is that I'm writing about. So a place like this. Yeah. More yawning. Why did I become eepity beepity? I'm having fun. Stop being eepity beepity, brain. Okay. The office. Because of some reason, I suppose. Fair enough. So when you're writing descriptions, it's really important to think of the physical space that you're trying to describe. Sometimes you can't think of the exact space you're trying to describe, and that's okay. Think of something like it, something that gives you the vibe or the idea or what have you. Think of something that's kind of close to the thing that you want. So, for instance, what I'm going to end up describing here in the office is less an office building, because that's not what it is. It's just called that. What I'm describing here is either going to be an armory or like an aircraft carrier style sized place. Oh, sorry about the corner of your desk and also your hand. That sounds like it hurt. Ow, 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 ow. Or from last night, it hurts, 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 it hurts. You know, that time the king hit us really hard. We'll get him. We'll get him yet. Anyway, right. So when you're describing stuff, you have to kind of think of something. Some of you may, there we go. Some of you may already have in mind, like, or may have trouble visualizing things in your brain. That's okay too. If you have trouble visualizing things, or you just can't, and some people can't, that's called aphantasia. Wow, I can't spell tonight. I still can't spell tonight. There we go. If you have trouble describing what you want to describe, look up visual references. Like, if you're like, I don't know what it looks like in there, you can look up pictures. There's nothing saying you can't look up pictures. Just like for visual art, there's nothing saying you can't look up pictures. There's nothing saying you can't look up a picture and be like, what does it look like? And then try to describe it. This is also a really good way of learning to describe things in general. Like, even if you don't have a story going, this is a really, really good way of learning to describe things in general. Where, like, you just look at it and go, oh, I know what that looks like. And then you write out a description of the thing. You can also time yourself writing out the description if you really want to push it. But I find that I don't like to do that because time challenges aren't exciting. Ooh, a fun fact. What have I got? What have I got in the old fun fact brains? Do 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 do. What have I been learning about recently? Aw, this is hard. I've been learning about a lot of stuff recently, but now I'm trying to think of the good bits, and like, none of them are coming to me. It's like I have never known a fun fact a day in my life. Oh. I know. Okay, so, octopi are generally solitary creatures. We don't usually like to be in large groups, especially of other octopi. See also those my sun-loving cousins who have figured out how war works in Australia, because of course they have. But that doesn't mean that we never want to see other octopi. Of course, there's the usual reason to want to see other octopi, to make more octopi. But there are also times when octopi understand accepting help. Never was this more apparent than when some researchers sent a robot octopus into the sea. Now, it did not move like a normal octopus, I will say that, but the other octopi seemed to recognize it as, at least not believe it was a threat, whether they recognized it as another octopus or not. There is a very cute little sequence where a real living octopus is hiding from predators in a bamboo tube, and it's not going to be enough. So, the robot octopus, having no fear and not being worried about the predators, brings that other octopus a half of a coconut to put over the bamboo tube, which it then takes, like, on purpose. Like, it actually, like, it looks like they're helping each other, and I love that. I love that for them. And it saved the other octopus. Well, saved is a strong word, but, like, it did help. And I like that. I like that octopi can, sort of, learn to accept help. Hi, Streaky Bug, welcome in! We've named the company. The company's name is Aurora, and the delicious crystal is called Lucent. That's the brand name of it. Anyway, back we go. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. What do I need in a big hangar like this? I need catwalks because that's important. No, metal ladders. You take metal ladders to get up to catwalks. Emergency catwalks, because you go up there when you're not sure. With the metal ladders leading to them at regular intervals. Burn, 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 burn! It's really hard to press the keys right. I am 4 centimeters tall. You don't understand, Chad. I'm so little. A water balloon to drop from the catwalk. Yes. I don't think it would do anything to pulsars. No, nebulas is not the name I'm going to call those. I do like the idea of a hive that spits out pulsars. That makes me happy in a way I don't know how to explain. Like, I love it. I love a cone of human flesh and of machine and flesh towering over the landscape and spitting pulsars out of it. Like, letting them crawl out. Oh, I love that so much. Chat, remember how I said we don't have to do this in order? We don't have to do this in order. Okay, so I'm going to finish describing what I'm describing, and then we're going to skip way ahead to something really climactic. It might not even make it into the final cut, but we're going to put the body horror where body horror is, should be. I'm really excited, because you guys have given me such an opportunity to make just a mess. Such a mess! Oh, we're going to use the word squelch! We're going to use the word sloth! Slough? I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce that word. I only ever read it. We're gonna use such fun words. Oh boy. Oh, we're gonna just get goop everywhere. Oh, I'm gonna use the word viscera at least once. Oh boy. We're gonna use a lot of birth imagery in places where it does not belong. Yay! But not at this very second, chat. Don't worry. We're writing a mystery. Technically, a horror mystery. I don't know if I'll ever get to describing whatever I'm gonna call those. Not nebulas. We already have pulsars. I can't call them black holes because they're not. They're the opposite of that thing. What's another space name for something that spits stuff out? Well, let's look up what a pulsar is. What a pulsar is exactly. That's a pulsar star. Pulsating star in the model of quasar is a highly magnetized rotating neutron star that emits beams of electromagnetic radiation out of its magnetic poles. That's cool! Okay. Okay, so only when it's spinning. Pulse variance and emission. That's cool. Okay. Oh, so they do like that. That makes sense. Oh, there's something I'm thinking of. Oh, not in there. Cepheid variable is a type of variable star that pulsates rapidly. Yes! Okay. That's definitely a kappa. Do the kappa mechanism. That's not the letter K, fun fact. Written like that, that's kappa. Okay. We're calling them Cepheids. It's a rapidly pulsating star that does wild things. White holes hypothetically spit stuff out. That's true. Okay. Yeah. These stars, the way that they work is they kind of appear to, well, breathe, I guess, over a long period. So they go bright and dim and bright and dim and bright and dim. We do have a 7-ball. Soon. We also have a silly ball. I also have a regular 8-ball in case you guys want a regular 8-ball for some reason. Never gonna spell this right. After the stars. Okay, we did it. It's a miracle I remembered that. 8-ball, you're lame. Yes, definitely. Oh, 8-ball. The time has come. We love the slope. yeah, if you want to ask it a question, you just type in the thing and then you type out your question and it'll give you a yes or no answer. Or the 8-ball will give you a yes or no answer like 8-balls do. The 7-ball and the 6-ball are wild. They'll do whatever they want. Whatever they please! Okay. Okay, good. I don't need my clue codex currently, but oh man, I want to describe those things real bad. Okay, can't help it. Okay, gotta describe them things real bad. I know we'll get there. Okay. What's left of a skyscraper? There we go. That we will deal with later, I think. Okay. Will we find a new dimension? Oh, look, not so silly. Oh, maybe we will. It was a Cepheid. It had latched onto what was left of a skyscraper and it towered over the surrounding area. Ooh. Oh, what's the name of that stuff? It's not saliva. Well, we'll find that out, right. We'll find that out later. Phlegm's not the right word. Chad, I need to look a thing up, but you can't see what I'm looking up because it's gross. It's icky. It's icky. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, I found it. I found what I needed. Yeah, that's how we spell mucus. Y'all might spell it differently, but I use English spellings for most of what I'm using. Oozed is such a good word. I often capitalize the weird thing. I'll sometimes go back and fix that, but I often capitalize the weird thing to remind me that that's the weird thing. That word isn't, like, the star, but is, like, a thing. Drawing... Oh, by the way, what are we writing? Oh, okay. So we're writing a thing. Uh, we're writing a thing called the Lucent Flesh. Chat has been working on this since last week. We started with robots versus cyborgs. And then I was talking chat through how I think about the world. If there's robots versus cyborgs, then it means that there must have been biological beings. Because cyborgs are, by definition, they are robot plus biological being. And then we thought, well, what if the cyborgs are just shaping biomass themselves? And they're just like adding robot biomass to robot parts instead. And then we went crazy with it. And there was a bunch of ideas in the idea board. And then we came up with Lucent. Or what we would call Lucent today. And then from there, things spiraled wildly out of control. Because we're like, oh, Lucent affects human brains. It affects flesh. It makes it do something. Something weird. So we're in the last bastion of humanity. And humanity's been making androids to keep them safe. The robots are all androids. They're human-shaped. They're immune to the crystals. But they're not immune to being merged with the zombies who can, if they get a hold of them, can merge the tech, can break down the tech and merge it into them. And then we started talking about who made these crystals, and then we were talking about some other story ideas, and we kept going. Yeah, kind of. Well, that's what we did the first time. We did a lot of like free flow, like, what are we doing here? But it was to narrow it down. So we broadened out our scope to see what was going on, and then we narrowed it back in to see who our main character was. I highly suggest watching the VOD because I'm bad at explaining. This would be a very fun Starfinder campaign because I could port everything into it. Alternatively, I would play this as Monster of the Week, but with space stuff. And then we went from there. And this stuff is all like just ideas and stuff that we had that I periodically come back to. This is the Clue Codex. This stuff is true in the book. These things are, as I'm writing along, I'll write something that is a clue to what Byrne is, why he was reprogrammed, who reprogrammed him, what purpose he's intended to serve, and all that stuff. And I'll occasionally also write things that, like, I need to keep track of. Because this is at its heart a mystery story. Even though it's going to be gross and weird and wild in places, it is at its heart a mystery story. Okay. Byrne didn't see why they'd be needed. I think you do, honey. This is called foreshadowing. Thanks, Chekhov. Okay. Oh, we hydrate as chat demands. Bloop. Okay. Thanks for the lurk. Okay, sometimes I write notes to myself just to remind myself that I'm doing something. Um, so for instance, the office was enormous and open. Emergency catwalks crisscrossed the ceiling, with metal ladders leading to them at regular intervals. Byrne didn't see why they'd be needed. The comms unit would raise the alert and call for backup. This is called foreshadowing, and he's going to need to climb these later. Thanks, Chekhov! If your program lets you write notes like this, then congrats, go for it. If it doesn't, you can write these in the margins. I like to write notes in my margins all the time. Or if I'm writing, I'll write on the front of a page and then leave the back of the page blank for notes. So like if I'm writing on actual paper, I'll do that. Sometimes I just go at her and then come back later and be like, haha, that's funny. And then write a note there. We're used for scrap. We all love Eat bags. I love Eat bags. I wanted the ink tank Eat bag so bad, and I didn't have money for it, and I still don't really have money for it, but I want it so bad. I have these lovely Splatoon stickers that I got from Nintendo that I could stick in it, and I have a bunch of pins to stick in it, such as my Magnus pins, and also Gus the turtle. There's this cat that reads "Only my cat understands me." I have the Flameseeker prophecies as a pin. I have a Westerberg High School pin. What else do I don't have a lot more pins than that. I have a clown snake. And I have a pin that's just teeth. That's a lot of teeth. It's a mouth with teeth. And I like that for it. I have a bunch of pins. Ew! I could imagine you running around with a thing like that. That would be cool. So cool. Flargle blargle. I said rebuilt. Golly. I probably did type rebuild in that case, but Googly, stop gaslighting me. Stop trying to make me think I'm crazy. And also a bad writer. Okay, there we go. The office was enormous and open. Emergency catwalks crisscrossed the ceiling, with metal ladders leading to them at regular intervals. The domed ceiling. Byrne didn't see why they'd be needed. The comms unit would raise the alert and call for backup, and they could all be completely rebuilt if needed, or used for scrap if that wasn't possible. That's morbid. Dang, Byrne. Not you, honey. Okay. On the concrete floor. Ba-ba-ba. There. Okay. Googly can't tell me what to do. The office was enormous and open. Emergency catwalks crisscrossed the domed ceiling, with metal ladders leading up to them at regular intervals. Byrne didn't see why they'd be needed. The comms unit would raise the alert and call for backup, and they could all be completely rebuilt if required. We don't want to use needed too many times. Also, sometimes when you read this out, part of the reason that you should read your writing back to yourself is because you'll hear things like that. You'll hear when you've used the same word too close to using the same word, and it sounds weird and kind of clunky. Byrne didn't see why they'd be needed. The comms unit would raise the alert and call for backup and they could all be rebuilt if required, or used for scrap if that wasn't possible. His footsteps echoed on the concrete floor along with the rest of the team. So far, they were the only ones inside, which meant whatever the issue was they were facing, it had been deemed something only a single brand was needed to resolve. They were resolving. No, facing is fine. I realized I used the word resolve literally right there. Okay. Oh, I like this. Just... Okay. Bunsen, where is everyone else? Blaze's voice was tight as a rope, and Byrne could feel it coil around all of them. It's a private show today. Just, Pull taut. Taut. There we go. I want a different thing. What's that footy trap? Whatever, we'll do that. Bunsen, where is everyone else? Blaze's voice was tight as a rope, and Byrne could feel it coil around all of them. It's a private show today! Just the four of you, and me, your wonderful host, Bunsen responded. Byrne felt the metaphorical rope pull taut around them all. Around all of them. Yeah! I'm giving my robot a panic attack. Robots are allowed to have panic attacks as a treat. Not a full panic. I'm giving him anxiety. You see what I did here? I gave him anxiety. I took a perfectly good robot and I gave him anxiety. Monster. Robot panic attack! I'm trained in combat. I can do panic attacks. Okay. Well. There we go. I also love Percy Jackson. It's such a good series. Like, it's such a fun time. I also, once again, highly recommend his Dark Materials. Y'all should read it. It's great. And then I have Scond. Through a doorway I cut with a knife. It's such a good series, I made a self-insert because, like, of course I'm going to do that. Naturally. I shouldn't cut holes with knives. That's a very important part of that book. That cutting holes with the knives are bad. Leave one door open. Oh. So sad. Chat, you want to know a harrowing choice? Want to know a harrowing choice? Do you choose to go with the person that you love, even if you know that you'll only be able to spend exactly 10 years with them before you die? Or do you instead choose each to go back to your homes and live with the memories of each other and carry on with your lives and live full and complete lives without either of you having to make the choice to die? Ooh, I'm going with the person I love. That's an interesting choice, chat. Chat, you're gonna love his Dark Materials. It's gonna make you sad. It's gonna make you angst. It's gonna make you so sad and angsty. It's gonna make you devastated. It devastated me. I've been recommending this to my chat, and to my Discord and so on because it was a book series I really liked. And you know what? I asked a bunch of people in my Discord, like, what do you think your daemon would settle as? And do you know what happened? None of them know what that is. They don't know what it is. The media I know and is beloved to me, they don't know what it is. What do you think mine would be? It's an animal that represents you. I don't think... They tend to settle around somewhere in the range of between 13 and 16 is where daemons tend to settle. When you're a little child, they do whatever they want. Some people's can settle later in life, of course. Well, I don't know what animal represents me. Well, then you have to think about it. Which reminds me, speaking of writing and thinking about it, you have to think about it sometimes. But I don't like thinking. Too bad. You have to do it yourself. I know there's lots of things out there these days that will tell you that they can do it for you, but they're liars and charlatans and cheats. They're stealing other people's thoughts and trying to put them in your head, but less good. Plus, contrary to popular belief, I don't know myself too well. I didn't think you did. This is a thing. When you are youth. When you are youth, you don't know you very well. Because you don't want to know you very well, oftentimes. You're just like, dang, I'm a youth and I am suffering and everything is terrible. Everything I know about myself, I know from people telling me, well, some people aren't good to listen to. I am, because I'm cool. I'm cool to listen to. Oh, yeah, right. Ah! Buddy, buddy! And a big stretch. Big stretch. And we'll do some crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I forgot to breathe in the middle. You're supposed to breathe in the middle. And I forgot. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Wow. Blaze inhaled and exhaled sharply. She didn't need to do either of those things, but it helped keep her processors from overheating due to emotional stress. We'd better hope there aren't very many, and that this is a quick job. Spoiler, it is not going to be a quick job, because I want to describe a Cepheid. I want a giant monster. We love a giant monster. Oh boy, we love a giant monster. Oh no. Oh, chat, that's it for tonight. Chat, we can't get to describing a giant monster. Though I will say that when I'm thinking of this giant monster, what I'm thinking of is, do you guys know Will McDaniel over on YouTube? He makes weird, creepy puppet things, like weird, fleshy puppet guys, and does little shorts with them. I am absolutely thinking of that when I'm describing a Cepheid. I am 100% thinking of that kind of like glorpy squelch. You'll see. You'll all see. Anyway, right. That is it for tonight, everybody. It is now closing time, and we hope you enjoyed your visit to the Octopus enclosure. Yay! I know we did not get very much writing done today, but I hope you all learned something, at least a little bit. And we will go on an adventure. Ooh, lots of people are doing art tonight. Let's go visit an art stream. Who's doing arts tonight? Ah! The octopus enclosure is the best enclosure. Ah! Yay! It's my favorite because I live here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Lots of people doing comms tonight. We're gonna go visit Lemo, though. Lemo's working on some comms. Alright. Adventure time! That is it for tonight, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for playing along with me.